Life can be complicated. I mean, things that feel good can often be bad for you, and things that are good for you invariably taste like crap. But if there's one thing most of us can agree on, it's that women with hairy legs are nasty. Unless, of course, you're the Huffington Post, then it's empowering or something. I don't know. Let's just pull this wax strip off quickly before it starts to chafe.
I spent 45 minutes completely shaving my body. You know, I was like a seal, or a hairless mole rat.
They're actually called naked mole rats, though they are also known as sand puppies. Aw, that's cute. I bet they are. That looks like a dick. So yeah, I can see the resemblance.
And I remember sitting at home going, what did I do all of this for?
Well, many feminist types will say they do it for themselves, though you could have been doing it to gain a competitive edge on something like swimming or cycling. But this is the Huffington Post, so the answer is clearly to complain about it.
What was the point of all this?
Here we go then. What to do about body hair? And what better way to illustrate that than an obvious angry lesbian applying deodorant in public? Just saying, you look like you're gonna need a lot more than that, love.
Body hair. We all have it. On our pits.
Whoa! What the hell, Julia Roberts? At least wear something with long sleeves. Your armpit looks like the top lip of a boy going through puberty.
On our legs. On our faces. It's everywhere.
Hold up. Bring that back. This isn't what happens when a woman lets the forest reclaim the land. Kinda makes you miss the old traveling circuses though, doesn't it? That was the plus side of having polycystic ovary syndrome. Sure, you got a higher level of male hormones, but at least you could make a living off of it.
Body hair can be a political, sexual, or social tool.
Sexual? Sexual! Definitely not the word I would have used.
So for millennial women, it can be hard to know what to do with it.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, get rid of it? I mean, there is no force on this planet that can make a monobrow attractive.
Is it anti-feminist to shave our body hair to fit patriarchal standards of beauty?
I don't think it's... Oh, I can smell it. I should have came in from the other side. I don't think it's a patriarchal beauty standard. More a case of not wanting to look like you live in a forest. Though I was wondering how long it would take before you blame men.
What if we just like the feeling of a smooth, hairless leg? What is influencing the choices we make about ourselves?
Uh-oh, sounds like someone is trying to blame other people for their own decisions. How unusual in the current year.
Well, it's complicated.
Well, when we make a decision about whether we shave or not...
Damn it, Tanisha, what kind of history do you teach? Because if it's anything other than body hair throughout the ages, I don't know why you're even here.
We're definitely making a statement. We can look at different centuries across time and see that hair was always a part of the conversation.
Oh, so people through history had hair. Well, I've learned something today. Sign me up for your class, Tanisha, cause you're blowing my mind.
Whether it was hair on women's head, the length of that hair, with this idea being that women should have long hair because it was expression of femininity and beauty.
Except we're not talking about head hair, are we? No one has a problem with that. That's the good hair. I mean, you can curl and dye the crops you grow on your legs all you want. It will still be nasty.
To conversations around their underarm hair and also the hair that covers their genitals.
That's how you know Tanisha is a professor, see? She uses words like genitals. Also, if you're hoping for any kind of citation or evidence of this, you're expecting far too much. The best we get is a clip from a show called Broad City and a clip from the show 30 Rock, which I have cut out for several reasons, mainly copyright and health and safety.
We can't have a conversation about beauty culture, body hair, without talking about capitalism.
Are you implying people living under communism love a woman with hairy armpits?
Especially in the late 20th and early 21st centuries, because the beauty industry seems to have expanded.
Yeah, who knew vanity was a thing? It's not like women used to use bloody arsenic in makeup during medieval times, is it, Professor of History? Say what you want about the beauty industry, but at least it's safe, and you can thank all those little animals for that.
And we are inundated with ads about our hair hair and our makeup.
Inundated? Really? I mostly get ads for Raid, Shadow Legends.
Misogyny is all over this conversation because
You brought it up?
ad agencies were founded by men. When products were being put forth to American consumers, it was men behind the scenes who were shaping what those ads should look like.
Yep, and Joseph Mortimer Granville, a man, invented the electric vibrator. So your little solo sessions before bedtime are actually internalized misogyny.
So in a sense, that means that men have shaped the messages that we are given about our bodies and what's attractive, what's beautiful, what's sexy.
What's attractive? To men? Holy shit, we decided that? We decided what we find attractive and sexy? That's disgusting. How dare we?
What's classy, what's respectable.
Yeah, alright, we get it. That's enough now.
Companies are trying to profit off of our bodies.
Quite amazing you think that's exclusive to women, but whatever.
You know, if we don't think something's a problem, we're not going to spend money to fix it.
Oh yeah? Then explain AirPods.
You know, at the end of the day, if you think your body hair is okay, you're not going to spend $5,000 a year on razors, on shaving cream, on laser hair removal, on all of these other things.
That's true. Let's just see if you think your body hair's okay. Oh, look at the contours in those eyebrows. I guess you didn't think that body hair was okay. Not gonna practice what you preach then.
They're learning at a young age that they will always be policed.
Mostly by other women. Yeah.
I was speaking at a workshop
Shocker.
and I had a teenage girl come up to me and she started crying,
Shocker.
thanking me for not shaving my legs and for talking about body hair because she had body hair on her upper lip.
Oh, just say she had a mustache. Out here trying to normalize this shit, but you're too scared to use the words.
And she was getting bullied for it.
By the other girls, no doubt. I've seen it firsthand. A girl in my school wasn't allowed to shave her legs, so some other girls put a load of Gillette razors in her backpack. She got 'em back, though. She is smoking hot now. The best kind of revenge.
And so we think we have to pay thousands of dollars to adhere to this beauty standard that only exists to profit off of your insecurity.
That and, you know, not looking like you've got Bob Marley in a headlock.
I was trying to be a fashion blogger when I moved to New York. I was photoshopping my photos, I was photoshopping out body hair, I was photoshopping acne, skin, weight, all of these things.
But again, look at those contours. Considering you're all about embracing the body hair, you're very lucky to have your eyebrows grow in that exact shape, aren't you?
And what was happening is people were commenting under my photos saying, oh my gosh, ideal body. Oh my gosh, you're perfect, you're flawless.
Did they though?
But I wasn't. I was an imperfect human being just like all of us. So I felt I could not be myself.
But you sure can talk about yourself.
I had to be a photoshopped, an altered, perfect image that I was, putting forth to people.
And portrait painters in the 1600s left out warts and scars. You're not the first to do this, you know.
But also, I was causing other people who were viewing my photos, I was causing them to hate their bodies as well.
I know, right? I mean, look at this portrait of King Charles II, which was painted to emphasize his shapely calves as they happened to be a prized fashion feature at the time. Drives me mad. I don't even have any calves.
My story with body hair was actually, that kind of was an overnight thing.
Let me guess. Your date stood you up and you were there like, man, I shaved my legs for nothing. What's the point?
I think the ground was, the path was laid to where I had an understanding of feminism and I had an understanding of body image issues.
And apparently that understanding was, it's all men's fault.
But I had a date.
Oh shit, I knew it.
And I had seen this person a couple times and I thought that we were gonna end up going home together. I spent 45 minutes completely shaving my body.
Because the vast majority of men would be somewhat put off by the idea of shagging Bigfoot. Yeah, go on.
What happened was the guy ended up being a jerk.
Hold on, you said you'd seen him a couple of times before that. So, didn't you know? Or maybe he seemed like a jerk on the third date because your sense of self-attractiveness increased once you removed your excess body hair. I don't know, it's worth thinking about.
And we had this really trash date. And I remember sitting at home going, what did I do all of this for? What was the point of all this?
Sex! It was for sex! Don't get me wrong, you can sit there being all hairy and wait for your corresponding piece of Velcro to come along, but you might be waiting a while.
That I just went, none of this is making sense.
I can't think of a moment in history
I do not fucking doubt that.
that I've studied where women's bodies weren't policed. In fact, that's the way that a patriarchal society is set up.
Not when it comes to trying to attract a mate. That's not patriarchy, that's prolonging the human race.
It's all about men having the power to police the bodies of women.
By not wanting to have sex with the hairy ones.
And an unfortunate byproduct of that is that oftentimes women internalize that misogyny and that patriarchy.
Damn it! Joseph Mortimer Granville strikes again!
And they therefore then start to police other women's bodies as well as their own bodies.
You hear that, folks? Women judging other women is men's fault. Now we know. Alright, I'm gonna stop it there because I just found a leg hair in my mouth. There is another full minute left of this video full of the usual my body, my choice stuff, which, honestly, I'm fine with. Because if you don't shave your armpits and legs, I don't want that body. I want a good one. Thanks for watching, guys. Please consider becoming a patron to help me grow some hair. And check me out on BitChute because it kinda rhymes with hirsute. The links are in the description, and remember, after spewing that cancer, their chemotherapy's gonna make their hair fall out anyway.